Boom. Hey friends, it is Monday, October 30th. The bad news is you're not in class with us. The good news is you know where to go for help. What we're talking about today is 3.1.4 and how should I graph. So our learning targets for today, we will practice plotting points from an X to a Y table, and we'll practice setting up appropriate axes for a data set. Okay. Basically, we take information from a table, can you put it onto a graph, and then can you make sure that the axes X and Y make sense? Okay. Success criteria. Can you fill in a pattern table? Number 2, can you make that table into a graph? And then number 3, can you tell the difference between a linear equation, straight line, and a parabola? Not a straight line. Okay? So what we're going to do when you come in here is we're going to do the FastBridge warm-up with 8, 9, 10 minutes. Depends on how efficiently we can get started and get going. And remember, in our FastBridge warm-ups, it goes blue, green, white, red. If you finish that cycle, you go to round 2, blue, green, white, red. Should you finish that cycle, you go to number 3, blue, green, white, red. After that, you're going to watch your Friday review video. And for some of us that had the lockdown, we didn't get to that Friday review, or we didn't get to that Friday lesson because everything got truncated. So I'm just going to kind of show you what we went through, and I think you'll probably pick up on the patterning. After that, we're going to do the classwork, 334, 335, and I should mention that this review video is also attached to your Google Stream, so you can, when you're done with this, you can go watch that one, okay? Then our classwork is 334, 335, and 336. 334. This is the rule. We take your number, we double it, we add 1. We take your number, we double it, add 1. We take your number, double it, add 1. Take all these numbers, double them, and add 1. And then put those answers in the box. After you get that table filled out, you graph that. Make sure to label your axes and write your numbers to indicate the scale. After that, look at your number. We take your number, we multiply it by -3. So we triple it, we change the sign, and then we add 1. So we triple it, change the sign, add 1. Triple it, change the sign, add 1, etc., and so on. Can you fill out that table? If you can fill out that table, can you graph it? What does your graph look like? Okay, label your axes. And how is this graph similar to the graph in 34? How is it different? Then the last one, we're going to take your number, square it, multiply it by itself. Take your number, multiply it by itself, multiply it by itself, multiply it by itself, by itself, by itself. Get the idea, etc., etc. Put your numbers in the table, graph that table. Then it says, this graph is an example of a parabola. That's going to be a parabola. Read about parabolas in the math notes box. Where is the vertex of the parabola? That's the vertex is the lowest point or the highest point. And I'll read it for you. Parabola. A parabola is a particular kind of mathematical curve. In this course, a parabola is always the graph of a quadratic function y equals ax squared plus bx plus c, where a does not equal 0. Don't worry about that yet. You'll get there. The diagram below shows some examples of parabolas. The highest or lowest point on the graph is called the vertex. I just want you to know, do you understand the difference between a linear equation and a parabola? Right? Cool. All right. After we get done with that, then we're going to either help people or you do you. That's quiet time. And then after that, we're going into homework. So we're going to look at these homework problems, and we're going to kind of play it by ear, see how kids are finishing up on their classwork, see where we're at, and see if we can help everyone finish up and get caught up. If we can do that, we're going to slide into 337. This is the one I want to see the most. It says complete a table like the one provided with this e-tool. The table is we take your number and add 2. So then, as a class, can we figure out this table if we take your number, add 2, take your number, add 2, take your number, add 2. Can we fill out this table? Then, can we take that and plot all these points on this graph? Then we'll go from there. based on how much time we have left. We could work on these. We could go to Gimkit and do some math review, or if it's time for a closure, we could talk about graphing calculator. That's Monday, October 30th. In a nutshell, remember your review from Friday is attached on the stream. And I hope you have a beautiful Monday. I hope you are well, and I hope we see you tomorrow. Why? We always miss you when you're not here, and we're always happier when you're around us. All right, friends, have a beautiful Monday, October 30th, and we will smell you later.